Hare Krishna, everyone. So today we'll continue sixth chapter where Krishna will be explaining about how to control the mind, the art of mind control. So let's start with prayers. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा। तो कल हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था कि कैसे अगर हम लोग कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस है तभी प्रॉब्लम्स से डिस्टर्ब नहीं होंगे, अदरवाइज लाइफ में प्रॉब्लम है तो हम डिस्टर्ब हो जाते हैं। सो द फेमस वर्स व्हिच वी अंडरस्टूड यस्टरडे वाज, इफ यू आर सिचुएटेड इन ट्रांसेंडेंटल कॉन्शियसनेस then you will not be disturbed. So the verse was यम लब्ध्वा चा परम लाभम मन्यते नाधिकम ततः यस्मिन् स्थितो न दुखेन गुरुणापि विचाल्यते. This is the verse which is the most important verse. यम लब्ध्वा चा परम लाभम न मन्यते नाधिकम ततः, जिस उस स्टेज को अचीव करने के बाद, लब्ध्वा मीन्स अचीव, यम मीन्स दैट स्टेट, चा परम लाभम दूसरा और कोई लाभ, अपरम मीन्स दूसरा लाभ, मन्यते मानते, ना मीन्स नहीं मानते, अधिका मीन्स ज्यादा, ततः दे आर आफ्टर, after achieving the consciousness, Krishna consciousness, a person will not manyate consider anything greater than this. Na adhikam, greater, na great, not no great. So Krishna consciousness will be the greatest thing. There is no greater thing beyond this Krishna consciousness. And yasmin, our Krishna consciousness में अगर कोई situated है, yasmin स्थितो, if somebody is situated in that consciousness, na dukhena, none of the, no kind of miseries, guru na, even if it is very very big, even a greatest kind of calamity, guru na, guru means, actually the word guru means heavy, so here it comes, guru means even heavy suffering comes, so therefore guru is spiritual master. Guru means he is heavy with spiritual knowledge. He is potent with transcendental knowledge. Therefore, spiritual master is called Guru. Guru means heavy. Same Guru का meaning यहाँ भी. Guru means even heavy दुख suffering है, it will not be विचालित means विचलित नहीं होगा, disturb नहीं होगा. So this is very important consciousness sloka. It explains about the consciousness कि क्या consciousness होनी चाहिए. अगर आपका consciousness Krishna consciousness है, then you will never be disturbed even by greatest calamity. So जैसे अगर हम इस consciousness में नहीं है तो लाइफ में कितना प्रॉब्लम होगा. लाइफ में प्रॉब्लम तो वैसे भी रहेगा, बट इन कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस यू विल नॉट बी इन प्रॉब्लमैटिक सिचुएशन. Otherwise problem comes, you will be in problematic situation, but if you are in Krishna consciousness, you will understand why this problem is there, so you will not be panicked. That will be the difference. So आप इस श्लोक को बुक मार्क लगा दीजिए, यहाँ पर हाईलाइट कर लीजिए ये श्लोक, 6th chapter verse number 22. So 6.22 is the very very important verse. Every student should remember this verse कि अगर कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस में है तभी आप प्रॉब्लम से बाहर निकल सकते हैं, अदरवाइज प्रॉब्लम से बाहर निकलना आसान नहीं, वेरी डिफिकल्ट. Okay, so but very important, how to remain Krishna consciousness. We have one very great entity with us, that is called mind, which is very flickering in nature. It is very very troublesome for us at times to control the mind, because if mind is disturbed, then you, whatever you may try, mind will take us away, stray. We cannot focus on the Krishna consciousness. So this is all about game of the mind. So even though we have understood that Krishna consciousness we have to practice, but mind is rascal, mind is monkey, mind is very, very strong. How to practice Krishna consciousness? आपको पता है, you know that I should practice Krishna consciousness, but we are helpless in front of mind. क्योंकि you require mind to practice Krishna consciousness, control of mind. So therefore Krishna concludes, यतो यतो निश्चलति मनश्चंचलम स्थिरम ततस्ततो नियमयतद आत्मनि एव वशम नयेत. Meaning, from whatever and wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering nature, flickering and unsteady nature. देखो भगवान ने यहाँ बोल दिया माइंड का क्या नेचर है, फ्लिकरिंग एंड अनस्टेडी. तो माइंड का ये नेचर है. माइंड आप चैंटिंग के लिए मना करेगा. इफ यू डिजायर टू चैंट, माइंड विल से ओह क्या चैंटिंग लगा रखा है यार, कॉलेज में इतने सारे असाइनमेंट्स हैं, ये करना वो करना है, अभी फ्रेंड्स के साथ घूमने जा रहा हूँ, अभी तो ये पार्टी करनी है, वहां जाना है. माइंड विल गिव यू सो मेनी रीजनिंग्स बिकॉज माइंड इज फ्लिकरिंग and not steady. Mind is unsteady. But this is the nature of the mind. Krishna is also saying. But Krishna is giving the solution that whatever and wherever the mind wanders, anywhere mind goes, then what you have to do? One must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. So you have to draw, not that mind let you wander anywhere and everywhere you want, and you do your business, I will do my business. No, mind should be controlled. Mind should be withdrawn to its work. Mind का जो duty है उसको लगाओ उस पे. So Krishna is giving this understanding. This is the art of controlling the mind. That mind will go here and there, but by force you have to control the mind. You have to bring back. ततस्ततो नियमयतद, नियमित करना है. आत्मनि एव वशम नयेत, and engage in the chanting Hare Krishna mantra, in the service of the Lord. So that's what Prabhupada is writing. The nature of the mind is flickering and unsteady, but a self-realized yogi has to control the mind. The mind should not control him. One who controls the mind and therefore the senses as well is called Goswami. So यहाँ Prabhupada Goswami का definition देते हैं. Goswami means one who has controlled over the mind. Now today the caste Goswami has sprung up. If you go in Vrindavan, you will see so many Goswamis. But the title is Goswami, but activity is like Godas. Godas means servant of the senses. Goswami means master of the senses. So a sannyasi is called Goswami because he supposedly he has controlled the senses. But you see in Vrindavan many temples, they are eating pan and title they have kept as Goswami. So this kind of Goswami will not help. Goswami means like 6 Goswamis. Rupa Goswami, he used to sleep 1 hour, 2 hour and whole night, day, night, 24 hours. He will be engaged in Krishna service. Haridas Thakur was Goswami who was chanting 22 hours. So they are the Goswami, not today's Goswami. One who is controlled by the mind is called Godas. Listen. Goswami knows that standard of sense happiness. So Goswami क्यों senses को control करता है? क्योंकि he knows the standard of happiness. और वो transcendental happiness में अपना senses को engage करता है. Senses are engaged in the service of Rishikesa or the supreme owner of the senses, Krishna. Serving Krishna with purified senses is called Krishna consciousness. So Goswami understands that by engaging in Krishna's service will achieve the transcendental happiness. देखो क्या होता है. Go means senses. And Krishna is called Rishikesha, means master of the senses. So if you want to please your senses, so engage your senses in the master of the senses, that is Krishna. Then Krishna, who is master of senses, he will satisfy your senses. Then you can achieve bliss. Your senses will be enlivened. This is the science. Because your senses are the parts and parcel of Krishna's senses. Goswami, Go means senses and Rishikesa means the master of the senses. So हमें ऋषिकेश की सेवा करनी है ना? Then only our senses will be enlivened and achieve bliss. Otherwise, very difficult to control the mind. Not at all possible. So by fixing mind on Krishna, we can achieve happiness and peace of mind. Then Krishna says, if a mind is controlled, then material contaminations हम बचेंगे. Otherwise, we are contaminated by so many things. Lust, anger, greed. These are all contamination. And there is another one very usual contamination, that is called karma contamination, and we all are suffering from this. Kindly understand this very nicely. Karma contamination means we want to perform the activity and want to enjoy the result of that activity. This is called karma contamination. And we all are contaminated by this karma contamination. And because of this karma contamination, we are suffering in this material world. Because we want to perform the activity and want to enjoy the result of that activity. So this is called karma contamination. So agar mind control hoga, then we'll be saved from this contamination also. And we'll achieve the perfect stage, that is Krishna consciousness. And then we'll be in touch with Supreme Concept Krishna. We'll be in constant companion of Krishna. Then Krishna says, so like if you are constantly connected with Krishna, then you will see everywhere, anything and everything you see, you relate everything with Krishna. You will see all the living entities as part and parcel of Krishna. All the matters you will see as Krishna's energy. So like this, your vision will be, अभी क्या हमारा विजन है फॉल्टी विजन. हमारा विजन फॉल्टी ऐसे है कि वी सी एवरीथिंग एज द ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ आवर सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन. Yes or no? This is our vision. We see anything to enjoy. Anything we see, we see that in the mood of enjoyment. This is very, very dangerous. This we have to purify. Our vision has to be purified. So vision purify होगा mind के purification. Actually हम लोग आंखों से नहीं देखते, हम लोग किससे देखते हैं? Mind आंखों पे focus करेगा तब देखते हैं. Otherwise you keep gazing, you will not know what you are seeing. Many times it happens, no? Because your mind is working somewhere else. So actually where mind focuses on which senses, that sense becomes active. Otherwise senses are useless. If mind is not focusing, then you cannot use that senses. So actually we see through the mind. समझ में आया सबको? We don't see through the eyes, we see through the mind. Unless mind focuses on the eyes, through eyes you cannot see. This is practically you would have experienced this. So therefore, unless we purify our mind, our vision will not be purified. Our vision will be contaminated. We'll be seeing everything as this object of our sense gratification. So when our eyes are purified, then we'll see everything as the energy of the Lord. And this is what explained. You see everybody as the servant of Krishna, everything as energy of Krishna. So you will connect everything with Krishna. This is Krishna consciousness. The vision of equality is perfect in the person of Krishna consciousness. Then finally Krishna says, one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. Who sees me everywhere means the understanding of this statement is not that he will see everywhere Krishna's form. No, he will see everything energy of Krishna. That's how he will relate everything with Krishna. Just like for example, Prabhupada gives, when a mother sees the shoes of her child, and child has gone to the school, child is studying in the school, but mother is engaged in household affairs. Suddenly she saw the shoes of her child. Immediately she will remember Krishna. She will remember her child. So like this, mother, when she observes, she gets anything which is related to her son, immediately she will remember her son. Not that in shoes she is seeing her son. No. She is seeing her son how that, oh, my son used to wear these shoes. So immediately she remembers her son. So like this. So this is how a vision of devotee is. Just like mother, anything which is belonging of her child and she happened to see, immediately she will remember her child. And child is there in the school. So this is very nicely explained by Prabhupada. Prabhupada says this is the vision of devotee. Devotee sees everything in this world and immediately connects with Krishna. Oh, this is of my Krishna. This is created by Krishna. So we have to cultivate this. So this is only possible when we have love for Krishna. Because mother loves her child, therefore she anytime she um, sees the object of her child, she remembers her child. Suppose neighbor's mother comes and she observes all those you know uh, belongings of the child, she will not remember the child because she is not loving the child of this mother. So unless you have love, you cannot remember your beloved object. So therefore, a strong sense of love is required to remember Krishna. Otherwise, it is not possible to remember Krishna. Love. So love we have to practice. This is not one overnight process. We have to, and how love will develop? By reading. If you want to love somebody, then you know about him, no, him or her. Then only you will start loving. Unless you know about next person, you will not love. So you know about her or him, then only you love. Similarly, if we want to love Krishna, then we have to know about Krishna. Who is Krishna? Krishna, what is the position of Krishna? So just see here in Brahma Samhita, Brahma ji says, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiv Hridaye Vilokayanti Yam Sham Sundar Achinte Guna Swarupam Govindamadi Purusam Tamam Bhajami. I worship the primeval Lord Govinda, who is always seen by the devotees whose eyes are anointed with the pulp of love. You see, because devotees' eyes are saturated with love for Krishna, therefore they always see Krishna. In which form? Syam Sundar form. So only you have love, then only we can see Krishna. Otherwise, it is not easy to see Krishna everywhere. So we have to develop love. So to develop love, we have to know who is Krishna. Krishna is our dear Lord. We belong to Krishna. So to know Krishna, we have to read Krishna book. We should read about Krishna. Now Janmashtami is coming. So all of you can get some time to read at least 10 to 15 minutes before going to bed. Read about Krishna. Krishna's personalities, Krishna's form, Krishna's activities. Very important. It is said the beauty of Krishna is unparalleled. But we don't get attracted to Krishna. We get attracted to any other material form. No? We don't feel attraction for Krishna. But when Krishna was there in this world, even animals were attracted. That was the beauty of Krishna. Even Brahma says, Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesh Shobham. Crores of Kandarpa means Cupid, Kamdev. We get attracted by opposite sex because of Kamdev. So Kamdev is very beautiful, very beautiful. But Brahma is saying you combine crores of Kamdev, then the resultant beauty can also cannot excel the beauty of Krishna. Krishna is so beautiful, very beautiful, very, very, very beautiful. But we don't have that realization. We don't have that eyes to see the beauty of Krishna. Otherwise, once you just get a glimpse of Krishna's beauty, you will not get attracted by any other so-called material beauty, which is even though it is Miss Universe or Miss whatever, anything. Because and that's what Prabhupada was done. Prabhupada was not attracted by any of the foreign girls. Foreigners are so beautiful, then, as we know. And Prabhupada, who came to Prabhupada, all the girls who were teenagers, 18, 19 years. But Prabhupada was not at all attracted. But in the contrast, now you can see Prabhupada was old man also. But Prabhupada ki age ke bhi foreigners were there. They were visiting clubs, bars, and naked dance. They were enjoying. 70 years they are there, but they are enjoying naked dance and drinking, going to club and bar. So not that one person is old, he will not have desire to sense graduation, because mind senses are loose, but desire is still strong. आप बूढ़े हो जाते हैं तो ऐसा नहीं कि आपकी desires नहीं होती, you have still the same desire, but senses are not so active, therefore you cannot facilitate, you cannot execute those things, but desires are there, you want to enjoy. So therefore it is said, if you have not controlled your mind and senses, old age becomes a burden, your old age becomes a suffocation, because in the old age your hands and legs are inactive, you cannot use them as you were using when you were young. When you are young, mind is active, so senses are also active, so you can do whatever you want. But old age, mind is very active, but your senses are not, loose about hands, legs, they are old. So you are not able to indulge into sense gratification. So it becomes very, very horrible situation for the old people. So now we have to see this old people are very, very suffering because their mind is not controlled and they want to enjoy senses, they want to indulge into sex, but they cannot enjoy because they are old. So it becomes a burden for them. Therefore, it is said now only if we learn to practice Krishna consciousness, we learn to practice to remember Krishna and derive pleasure by thinking Krishna, then in old days you will enjoy the bliss, unlimited bliss. Because old days your senses are inactive and you cannot do anything. So you are lying down and constantly you are thinking of Krishna and deriving great pleasure. So this is very important. If from now we don't practice, then old age becomes very, very troublesome. So Prabhupada, I was saying about Prabhupada. Prabhupada was not at all attracted by any of the women of foreign America and whatever, because Prabhupada was saturated with love for Krishna. So he was not attracted by any other beauty because he was attracted by the beauty of Krishna. So we don't say that don't get attracted to beauty. Beauty we don't deny. Beauty is meant to get attracted. But what is the beauty? Beauty is of Krishna. Material beauty is not beautiful because anyway it is going to be perished. It will be finished one day, no? Material beauty is not beauty. Beauty means which sustains, which continues for eternity. That is called beauty. Beauty does not mean today you are very attractive, very beautiful, your figure is very nice, attractive. One after 5 to 10 years, you are old man, nobody is caring for you. That is not beauty. Beauty is of Krishna. Gopis, Radha Rani, they are beautiful. They are because eternally beautiful. Form never deteriorates. So that is beauty, not this material beauty which fades with time. So now here I'll stop the class. So finally, conclusion is we have to develop love for Krishna, and that is the purpose of life. And we can develop love for Krishna only when we know about Krishna, we hear about Krishna, we read about Krishna, we chant the name of Krishna. So then only we can develop love for Krishna. So here three things are you see explained. Same thing. 5.29. If you remember the last verse of fifth chapter, three things were described by Krishna. Krishna is the cause of distress of living entities, forgetfulness of his relationship with God. And the cause of happiness is knowing Krishna to be the supreme enjoyer of all activities of human being. Krishna is the proprietor of all lands and planets. The perfect and Krishna is the sincerest friend of all the living entities. Krishna is our best friend. Krishna is our supreme enjoyer. Krishna is the Lord and Master of everything. So these three things, if we know, then we'll develop love for Krishna. We'll develop attachment for Krishna, and then love for Krishna will be aroused in our heart because we know who is Krishna, what is my position with Krishna, and that will be the perfection of life. After leaving this body, we'll go back to Krishna. Okay, so here we'll stop. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So all of you can now Janmashtami is coming. To only 15 or 16 days are remaining. On 19th is Janmashtami. So do something special this year, no? Chant more or read Krishna book, read about Krishna, or plan something on Janmashtami day like doing Abhishekam, as I had already explained. Abhishekam karo, laddu gopal ho to, doodh, dahi, ghee, and honey and juice, sweet water. So these 5 items you can prepare at your home and bathe the Lord. You can offer flowers on the body of the Lord and do arti. This basic thing at least we can do on the Janmashtami day. Feel very nice. You'll feel very nice from within. Inside you will feel very nice. Great joy you will achieve by Janmashtami celebration. And so do something, some chant more, or read Krishna's pastimes more and more, and plan some Janmashtami festival observing of such kinds of activities. So it will be very nice. You will feel enthusiastic. Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so